For more on this, let's go right to NBC News correspondent Jake Ward, live from San Francisco. Jake?
Mika, good morning. We're looking here at stunning results. San Francisco, as you know, had been a center of cutting-edge criminal justice reform thanks to Chesa Boudin, the progressive prosecutor elected here in 2019. But now, after a very heavily funded recall and rising crime in this city and cities across the nation, San Francisco voters have tossed him out of office, and the nation is watching.
The progressive reforms that helped elect San Francisco's District Attorney Chesa Boudin in 2019 may have caused those same voters to toss him out of office last night.
People are right to be frustrated. There's so much room for improvement. People should hold all of us to a higher standard.
Boudin won office promising to fight inequality in the justice system, with alternatives to prison pushing against what he calls mass incarceration. The successful recall vote halfway into his four-year term was not a surprise. Polls leading up to the election showed voters were driven by the perception of a city in decline. Homelessness and drug addiction are rampant, and crime is up. Homicides and assaults are up 11% so far this year. There's been a wave of recent hate crimes, and auto thefts touch every neighborhood.
A lot of progressives are so wed to what they believe in that they won't listen to what actual people are telling them.
Lifelong liberal Adam Westnick is one of them.
I was, my God, I've been robbed on Mission Street. I was jumped on 6th Street.
The owner of this San Francisco sandwich shop says the DA's politics are no match for crime in his city.
The ideology that's happening now is a little bit dangerous for the residents.
Boudin says the recall is a political tactic.
The right-wing billionaires outspent us 3-1. They exploited an environment in which people are appropriately upset. And they created an electoral dynamic where we were literally shadow boxing.
But for Wesnick, things feel out of control.
The top cop has failed.
With this recall, DAs in other cities nationwide are now on alert.
Now, you guys, we're looking here at a place where, the city has essentially tossed out someone who embodied their ideals. And the supporters of Boudin say that rolling back 50 years of tough on crime traditions was never going to be easy. It was never going to be politically popular. But here's the thing. When we spoke to voters here, even those who had voted him in on the strength of his progressive policies, many of them say they now voted to recall him because they simply felt that he was not doing enough to fight crime. Plus, as you mentioned, this is a real bellwether for other parts of the country. Specifically, if you look at progressive prosecutors in places like Los Angeles and Chicago, both of whom are facing possible recall efforts, they have to be watching this very closely. You guys?
Yeah, Jake, it's so fascinating, too, that he was elected, as you reported, he was elected in 2019. You look at stats for, say, New York City. In 2017, 2018, 2019, you had crime rates that were at 50-year lows. So I think a lot of voters, not just progressives, I think a lot of independents, a lot of swing voters said, okay, well, things have gotten safe. Things have changed so dramatically. It's not the 1970s anymore. We can take these chances on criminal justice reform. And then, of course, 2020 happened. COVID happened, and suddenly, my gosh, the situation is starting to look in places like San Francisco and other areas like a replay from the 1970s.
Well, that's right. And Joe, if I may, you guys are going to analyze this in a way that's much smarter than anything I can do. But if you look at other major cities across the country that are the same size as San Francisco, all of them are seeing crime up in the same categories and in the same ways. We are all seeing it out of the pandemic. And those cities are in many cases under much more conservative, sometimes really traditional district attorneys. You don't see them being recalled. There is something going on here that combines people's general discontent with how things are going here with what seems to me to be something of a political tactic being deployed against liberal prosecutors in particular. And so all of that, I think, really has people who hope for criminal justice reform worried about being on the back foot in the future.
Well, and that's what progressives will tell you, Jake. They'll say, okay, yeah, things may not be going great in San Francisco. They may not be going great in New York. But this is a crime wave that we're seeing across all of America. You can go to most cities, and they're seeing pretty significant spikes in crime. One other thing, too, just so our viewers have a better understanding of it, and you talked about this during the last hit. There's a quality of life issue. I mean, I remember before Giuliani got into power in New York, New Yorkers, liberal New Yorkers, progressive New Yorkers, they complained about the terrible quality of life, and they were willing to do just about anything to have safe streets, clean streets. And I do think that in a lot of these debates, you are seeing this confluence between crime and homelessness, these tent cities, especially on the West Coast, that are popping up all up and down the West Coast from Los Angeles through San Francisco, Portland, up to Seattle. And you've got people of all ideological stripes conflating these issues together. And as you said before, the DAs all around the country, they don't deal with homelessness, but they're getting blamed for homelessness, again, just because people are lumping all of these quality of life issues together. Talk about that, if you will.
That's absolutely right. I mean, you know, here in San Francisco, no one with a working set of eyes or ears would deny that there is a tremendous problem going on here. People are sleeping on the streets, and there is, as one voter described it, a fentanyl massacre taking place in this city. Drug addiction, mental illness, all of these things are everywhere. But if you look at the actual responsibilities of the district attorney's office, it's none of those things. Of course, enforcement in the case of drug dealing, sure, but we're talking here about a set of issues that fall squarely into the camp of the mayor's office, and in many cases squarely in the arms of police, which here in San Francisco are suffering from at the moment from a 9% clearance rate. They have a traditionally terrible relationship with progressive DAs, and so, you know, this is not entirely the fault of the DA. Here's the thing: when we spoke to voters in this particular recall effort, they say we recognize that. Not a single one of them ever said anything about woke politics or any of the sort of conservative talking points you hear when we talk about progressive DAs. What they're looking at here is a generalized problem. They see a convergence of all these different quality of life issues that you are describing there, Joe. They just say, okay, I have the opportunity to make a difference right now. And when we spoke in one case to a bike store owner who described a truck backing up to his front door, putting chains around it and yanking it out into the street, he said, listen, I voted for Chesa Boudin because I believe in the long-term plans. I want his progressive vision to take root, but I don't have time for that right now. I'm having to replace a $5,000 plate glass window every month, and I have to see a change right now. So there's something bigger going on here, a real clash of ideology and practicality, and we just don't know how we're going to solve that in this city yet, you guys.
NBC's Jake Ward reporting from San Francisco. Thank you so much. And of course, Jake brings up fentanyl, Mika. This is another plague on this country. We've been talking an awful lot about guns for good reason. We need to talk about fentanyl a lot more because it's killing so many Americans. It's killing so many children. It's out of control. And our federal government and our state agencies, they have got to figure out a way to coordinate this better to stop the massive flow of fentanyl into this country, because it is a real problem. For sure.